Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fadli Wahid. You can call me Wahid. I'm from IAIN Palangkaraya. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will explain an article entitled Iranian Doctoral Students' Perception of Publication in English or Motives, Hurdles and Strategies from the Journal of Applied Research in Higher Education, published by Emerald Group Publishing. The authors are Said Rajai and Hani Shairi. Okay, the purpose of this paper is to investigate the English for a publication purpose for thesis of doctoral students in Iran. The overall objective was to explore their motives, hurdles, and strategies in academic writing, design, or methodology, or approach. This case study draw on a narrative inquiry to explore 9 science and engineering doctoral students' perception of academic publication. The data were analyzed through a hybrid process of inductive and deductive thematic analysis. Findings: the qualitative research saw 3 dominant themes, namely motives for publications, hurdles to publication, and strategies for dealing with these challenges were extracted. Said Rajai is Assistant Professor of Old and Applied Linguistics at the Languages and Linguistics Center, Sharif University of Technology, Tehran, Iran. His main areas of research are second language writing, sociology, linguistics, and discourse analysis. His most recent publication have appeared in the Journal of Multilingual and Multicultural Development, TESOL, Quarterly, Asian English's Journal of Multilingual, Teaching and Teacher Education, New Writing, and Springer Encyclopedia of Language and Education. Hania Shairi is a student of TESOL, Sharif University of Technology. She is teaching English at Iranian school and is currently doing her thesis on writing discourse analysis. The main sources of motives were student desires to publish their works for their graduation, improve their resume, cite the university's evaluation system, and finally share their knowledge worldwide. The hurdles include political reasons, language-related problems, center periphery, priorities, and the lack of academic writing interaction. In order to overcome these hurdles, the participants employed some strategies in academic writing. Research limitation application. Due to qualitative nature of this study, only 9 PhD students were recruited, and therefore the research results are not intended to render generalizability. Besides, only narratives were employed to collect the required data. Future researchers can use surveys to collect more data. Practical application. Number 1, the findings are discussed within English for academic purposes, discourse, and some recommendations are provided to alleviate the flight of non-native English-speaking academic writers. Originality or value, the methodology and the higher education context in which this paper was conducted are new to the literature. In this sense, Cho, 2009, argues that journal paper writing should be taught to graduate students of science and engineering fields so that they can get familiar with writing convention in the disciplines. As a result, various workshops have been held around the globe to facilitate the process of publication in the international journals. For instance, Bazerman et al. 2012 ran a workshop on English language publication for mathematicians and physicists of Mexico because they believed that immersion in an environment with English courses will foster the fluency and accuracy of research papers. In this sense, Cho, 2009, argues that journal paper writing should be taught to graduate students of science and engineering fields so that they can get familiar with writing convention in the disciplines. As a result, various workshops have been held around the globe to facilitate the process of publication in the international journals. For instance, Bazerman et al. 2012 ran a workshop on English language publication for mathematicians and physicists of Mexico because they believed that immersion in an environment with English courses will foster the fluency and accuracy of research papers. Study focus on science and engineering doctoral students. According to Scopus database, academic papers by Iranian scholars in the field of science, engineering, and medicine are more widely published in English journals in comparison to the ones in the field of social sciences and humanities. Further research is required to delve into Iranian scholars in humanities and social sciences to see how they perceive publication in English, what hurdles they have, and how they handle them. Moreover, given the small sample size in the current study, it is not logical to make a decisive and conclusive categorization about doctoral students' perception of academic writing in Iran. Conclusion: the results of this narrative inquiry have a number of level applications for EAFE courses in universities, especially for non-English speaking students in the world. These results should not be limited to the Iranian context but can raise global awareness regarding the hurdles, motives, and strategies that learners employ. Some measures can be taken to mitigate the problem that LNES academics face in English academic writing. Having conducted this research, this suggests that universities should organize workshops directed at strategies for academic writing, which can instruct academics and hence reduce the burden on their shoulders. Instead, future studies in the form of questionnaire administration are called on the further probe into higher education student perception and practices in academic writing. May be enough for me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.